Hello and welcome to a new video. My name is Smriti and today I'm so excited because I get to talk to you about Jhumpa Lahiri. Jhumpa Lahiri is an author who is an all-time favorite person of mine. Yes, person, not just author. I think she is amazing. Overall, I have an entire shelf on my bookshelf dedicated to her books. Not only the books that she has written, but because she is an absolute nutter, she decided to learn the Italian language, now primarily writes in it, and also now translates Italian books out of the Italian language to English for us to consume. So this book which she has written, it is her latest. It is a collection of essays that she has basically compiled, which she wrote from 2017 to 2021. And this is basically like essays, but also like afterwards of like the books that she translated. Don't worry, there are no spoilers, as well as like papers that she's written. And yeah, it basically talks a lot about translation, which is why the book is called Translating Myself and Others. Through this book, we understand her relationship with translation, and I'm just going to read out one small thing that she says in the introduction. She says, "Translation has transformed my relationship to writing. It shows me how to work with new words, how to experiment with new styles and forms, how to take greater risks, how to structure and layer my sentences in different ways. Reading already exposes me to all this, but translating goes under the skin and shocks the system such that new solutions emerge in unexpected and revelatory ways." So clearly she has a great relationship with translation. She in fact at Princeton University. This is a Princeton University Press book. She teaches an entire course on translation. So translation is a very intricate part of her life. In this book, she talks about her translation process, and honestly, after reading it, I have so much more respect for translators because now I understand how painstaking this entire process is. She talks about how she like focuses on a particular word and how she tries to make sure that the author's thought process for the book is well translated, but also to make sure that the book doesn't seem clunky and is easily accessible for a person who's reading it in like say English, which is what we're reading it in. And I just think that like this whole process is so interesting, and I truly commend all translators. I already did before, but now I just have so much more respect for them. In this book, she also talks about how when she tells people that now she's translating works, people look at her with sympathy or with pity because they think that being a translator is almost secondary, that now you have lost all the ideas and everything that you have in your brain as a writer, and like yeah, now you're translating, and how that is so far from the truth, and how it brings her so much joy to be a translator and yeah, go through this whole process. My favorite essay, however, is Where I Find Myself, which is where she talks about the experience of translating Whereabouts, which was originally written in Italian, to English, and how that changed her whole experience and how that changed the way that she looks at English as a language and as Italian as a language. It also includes some notes that she took in her journal or diary when she was doing this whole thing and translating this book. So I just thought that it was really interesting and like a little bit of a deep dive into her mind while she was going through this process. But honestly, those are the only parts of the book that I truly liked or even understood, because here's the fact: this book is very big brain energy. It is, I think, mainly for academics, and I think that I am smart, but a lot of it I did not understand at all. So if you're a person who likes ancient Greek or Italian philosophers, or I don't know, thoughts about Aristotle's like thoughts on the difference between a poet and a historian, and like a lot of references to Ovid's Metamorphoses, then this book is for you. Honestly, I feel like this book is for academics. There were a lot of times when I was reading this book that I sort of like was glazing over certain things, and I studied English literature in college, but this was just way too much of big brain energy, as I've said. And honestly, for a casual reader, this might be the only time that I recommend you to maybe not read a Jhumpa Lahiri book. I feel so bad. So overall, I gave this book a 3.5 stars. It was a little too academic and technical for me. There were parts of this that I did enjoy. However, there were parts of it that I just didn't understand. So clearly, this was the wrong audience, target audience. I'm not smart enough. Basically, that's the whole review, guys. That I'm not smart enough for Jhumpa Lahiri's brain, and her thoughts on translation. Some of it, yes. Some of it, no. I can't. So yeah, take of that what you may. If you think that like I have helped you in this process of understanding whether you want to read this book or not, do give this one a big thumbs up. If you like my content and want to read more of Jhumpa Lahiri, then you can check out my review for Whereabouts, which I did, which was her last book that came out in 2021. Yeah, 2021, 2020, I don't know. But it's an amazing book which I really loved, so you can check that one out instead. Honestly, read any Jhumpa Lahiri book and you will be golden. Just maybe not this one, though. If you are like doing your PhD in English literature or translation or something like that, then sure, go ahead. You are a better person than I. So that's all for this video today. Stay tuned for a lot of other videos coming up, and I hope that you are doing good and that you are safe. I will see you in my next video. Bye.